In this video, we're going to dig a little deeper into actually pushing our changes to GitHub once we make them. So I'm going to still be working with our GitHub introduction repository. And so once again, I have this file, my first commit.py. So let's say that I'm developing and I say def awesome function return 42. So I've made this change and I want it to update here. So if I just go and refresh the page and look at my first commit.py, notice how it hasn't gotten any of the changes I made here. So the way that we do that is once again through the terminal. So I go to the repository, here it is, and so I always want to see just what are the things that changed. And so here if I do git status, it shows me that I have this change inside of my first commit.py, and it's not staged for commit. So the number one thing, the first thing that we do is we do git add and the name of the file. So there I did it. And if it's a file inside of a folder, then I would do the folder / the file name, so on and so forth. So now if I do git status, it says that I have changes to be committed. So I've added the changes, and now GitHub knows that I want this to be part of a commit. Now I need to actually make that change, or make that commit. Now this would be useful because let's say that I actually have multiple changes that I make. So I made this one file, let's say I'll say my second commit.py. And here I just do print 42. So now if I do git status, I have another untracked file, but I also have changes that are to be committed. So now I actually want to add this new file to this commit. So what I'm going to do is git add my second commit. Now if I do git status, these are all the changes that are going to be in the commit that I make. So now I need to actually make that commit. So I'm going to do git commit. If I just did git commit, it would ask me to make a message for that commit. So I'm going to do git commit -m, telling it I'm going to give the message, and then in quotes type the message. So this is my second commit. Now it clearly made the commit, and we now have to actually tell the internet version of our code this is something to update yourself with. To do that, you do git push origin master, where origin is the name of the actual repository, and master is the branch that we're on. Don't worry if you don't know exactly what those mean. For our purposes, it won't really be important, but just know you have to type that in. So now I push, and now it tells me it did it. So if I go here, then it got the changes, and also it got the new file. And so in this interface, I can actually see all the commits that I've made. So I can see that this was the first commit I made, and then here were the changes that I made. I got rid of this, and I created this new function, and I made this new file. So as you can see, it's already useful to have GitHub because we can see older versions of our code, and we can actually do things like jump backwards to those different versions. So thus far, we've been able to push code to GitHub. In the next video, we're going to be looking at, let's say that someone else on your team made a change and pushed their code to the internet. How do we actually pull that to our local copy of the repository so that we're in sync?